Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another edition of The Lounge. It has been a little bit since we have done The Lounge, but we are here and we are back. It has been a while, but it's great to be here and it's great to be back with this once again. Hello to everybody and hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. But anyways, we're gonna have some fun for a little bit here tonight. As we said, as like I said, we bring back the lounge. People have wanted it, and I think now, if ever, is the perfect time to bring it back. We're finished with Live on the Cut for the time being. In regards, and hey Tom, I see you in the chat. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Um, you know, it's time to bring this back. I think it's time to bring this back. It's time to turn some things around, create a more positive light in this community, and create something that we can all sit and we can all hang out with and have fun with. As we all know, there's many dark clouds in the internet, and life is short. We got to enjoy some things while we can. Oh yeah. Granted, I ended Live on the Cut probably like technically I ended it like last week, and it was so. And I'm gonna tell you, it was so weird to have to do something for like 10, 12 weeks straight, then all of a sudden you just don't do it anymore. Granted, that season had a lot of setbacks. To say that season had a lot of setbacks. So now that that's taken care of, I can do more stuff like this. I don't have to worry about doing two stuff. I don't have to worry about doing two streams at one stream a week. And at one point, I definitely was able to do that, but that's not so much the scenario now. Where now my time is a little bit more limited, so I have to use certain things in certain times, and I got to be able to learn how to do more stuff that is more productive and can carry some things moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, I think it's also time around here that we kind of reset the standards a little bit. We kind of remind some people of the expectations. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to entertain each other while we can for our time being. But this is also a public broadcast. You know, I'm also a content creator. So certain things just aren't going to fly, and people need to be understanding of that. And if you're not understanding of that, then I'm sorry about that. Sorry I had to be that way, but you know, there are times where I have to be stern and I have to be upfront, but there are times where I can be very much relaxed. I can very much bust on Charlie for doing something stupid. There are times for both things. There are times for both things. And it's very important that we always be are able to realize those times for both things. And hey, Jester, glad to see you in the chat. And by the way, I think I'm going to be. By the way, let me do the promotions. Hey, River, what's up, man? Oh man, Tom beating me to it. Oh man, Tom beat me to it. Tom beat me to the promotion. Well, since he beat me to promotion, I might as well put the links. I might as well link. Um, but thank you, Tom. Thanks for the props. Meantime, I will link to my server. Um, I know, Jester, you're not a part of my server, but we do need to get you in there. Glad to see you chilling, River. Jester, I'm gonna give you the link to my server because I think you are one of the people who I trust to be in my server. Because I keep my server as you guys know, I keep the server very small. It's it's a small crowd, but it's a crowd of people that I can trust. I don't have to worry about them doing something crazy when I'm gone. So where I could have my server in jeopardy. Like that's the standard. That's one of the standards that I have because people know I'm not just gonna associate with just anybody. You got to be able to have some form of standard on the internet because I hold myself to a standard on the internet. And if you can't hold yourself to that standard, then yeah, then we got problems. Then yeah, then there is a problem to be kept in mind. But yeah, let's see. I'll also put link in the good old chatty chat for anyone else who feels like joining on the Very Much Lounge. But yeah, we're resetting this. Whenever Live Cuts over, I think that's always the best time to kind of reset the standards because it's harder to reset the standards while the season's going than it is once we're out of the season. Once we're out of the season, we take our time and adjust to move things forward. It's a much slower progression. It's a much more gradual progression, and we take time to really adjust with that versus trying to do something middle of the way. Instead, we give that time so it can progress, it can start, it can move. That's the point of stuff like this because it's time to go kind of back to basics and basic etiquette, basic etiquette. Because keep in mind, these are hangouts. Well, these are hangouts. These are also, like I said, these be broadcast people. People come out of their way to watch whatever we're going to do, and that's something that whenever you're streaming, something that we have to keep in the back of our minds. That we're not only here to help each other, we're here to entertain each other, we're here to have fun. And speaking of have fun, here's Jonathan. Hey, what's up, Jonathan?
What's up?
And, oh yeah, let me do that. I feel like this season had it. We all have all learned a lot of things. I think we've learned a lot of things that past this past season 11 uncut. I think we definitely did learn a lot of things, and a lot of things certainly happened in just 10 episodes. You know, which it was a crazy season, no doubt about it. Hopefully, I hope season 3, you know, is gonna feel different, and season 2 definitely felt different than season 1, which is to continue goal. I don't want each season to feel the same. Each season's gonna feel different. It's gonna have a different vibe to it, different feel, you know. And I'm glad that that people do enjoy that, and I'm thankful to everyone who ever has watched an episode of the show. And hey, Leon, what's up, man? Glad to see you. Glad to see you make the stop by. But yeah, it's a slow progression, this channel. It's definitely been a really slow progression, but with each day we learn something better. We try to get better. We try to strive to be better. You know, because because ultimately you want to put out the best you can and you want to do the best job you can. That's our goal. We want to be better. We want to work. We work hard doing what we do. When we do it to entertain people, but we do it to have fun. We do it to entertain people, but we do it because it's also putting a piece of us on the internet. I can definitely say that anything that I do, I put a piece in me in what I do. I definitely can say that because it's not because, like I said, anything that I do has my name on it. Like anything I do, it's my name, my reputation, my standards. Anything like the Live Cut Lounge, these are my standards, my reputation. Because at the end of the day, if something happens, that falls back on me. And ultimately, I have to keep that in mind. I have to keep that in mind whenever I do anything to that regard. Yeah. And I'm definitely aware of that, Tom. I'm definitely aware of stuff that I do wrong. In fact, I'll easily admit that whenever I do something wrong, I will easily, I'll admit, I'll admit it whether I'll either admit it, like I'll admit it because there's some things I admit I shouldn't have done, you know, but that's life. We make mistakes, we realize our mistakes, but we get better. We work hard, we work hard to improve. And the most important thing is just we can't look back too much on certain things. But anyway, Jonathan, how's the Dragon Ball?
That's doing fine. I
You were
was
on.
in the podcast. I was in the podcast a couple days ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, weren't you on? Yeah, I was about to say you were on a podcast a couple of days ago. How did that go?
Besides too much talking, it was all right.
Mhm. And by the way, normally I would say 7 people is a little too much for a podcast, but
Yeah, they all have most of. I mean, one guy has 1,000 subs, so hey, at least I'm growing. If someone's 1,000 subs, know who I am.
yeah, but Jonathan, like your channel, if we're talking about channels that have really grown, like all like so much this year already, your channel is definitely in that list.
Like, soon as I made that one video about that certain individual, then boom, my channel just blew up all of a sudden. I gained like 30 subs, I mean, like over 20 subs in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then now people recognize who I am more. Like, oh, you the guy that rants, huh? You the guy that rants about the Dragon Ball community, huh? I mean, I got a guy that got over like 6K subs on my Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I only did a video about the guy because he's being disrespectful. And now I'm gonna make the video about the guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
As soon as I made that freaking video about him, it just exploded everywhere. A guy with 10K subs so actually put his community post about it too. That's what really got my channel going because that guy promoted it on his own community tab.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 438. I need 12 more subs to get 450, which I probably ain't gonna get anytime soon because at that one video, I just hardly getting subs now.
Yeah. I think the more you keep posting and the more videos you do, I think you'll get there. I
I
think
just
you
made a
will.
video. I think I made a video a couple days ago. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I made a video ranking Dragon Ball what if YouTubers. So I did make a video a couple days ago. The thumbnail, some guy actually made me a good thumbnail. If y'all check it out, it's actually a really good thumbnail. I actually like the thumbnail that guy made for me. Not trying to brag, but I like the thumbnail. Actually, I got to give me more thumbnails.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Very true. And Tom said, and I was reading chat, and Tom said this very much point, and I it's something that this is very much I have to agree with that you can't that unless you work on a problem you're not gonna fix it, and like that's just nothing but the truth. That's nothing but the truth in that one very much scenario. Like you can't just stop. Like stopping usually isn't if you have a problem you can't you have to find a way to improve such problem if you want such problem to go away. Most problems don't go away by themselves. That's not how certain things in certain regards work in some regards. In certain problems, you have to be able to work, and you have to be, you have to be. First of all, you have to want to get rid of the problem. Like that's nothing but saying, hey, Brandon, how are you? And hey, Brandon in the chat, how are you? But you have to be able to want to remove whatever this issue is, and you can't just take your ball and go home and expect that when you come back that it's going to be easy to figure out, especially in certain regards, and like especially in certain regards and certain conflicts we had, because whether just because you decide to just cease fire doesn't mean that the conflict won't still be there. The conflict will still be there. You just might not. You just decide, okay, I'm not gonna take a part of it. But of course, you'll probably be back and be whatever. But it is what it is. But the thing is, you have to, if whenever you have a problem, like in terms of problems, you got to be able to just work on them, improved on them. You have to want to get better at stuff. You know, if you want to improve, if you want to be a good content creator, you got to know your faults. And I'm sorry, but that's just nothing but the truth in that regard. You got to know your faults. You got to know the weak points of your content. Because if you don't know the weak points from your content, you'll never know how to get better. You'll never know how to improve. You'll never know you'll never know where point B. You'll never know how to get to point B without point. There's no point B without point A, essentially. But yeah, I see the chat piling up. How you guys do? I hope you guys are doing okay. It makes me wonder what happens if someone has a problem but they refuse to believe that there is a problem. We've been down that road many times, my man. Whenever someone has a problem but they refuse to believe that it's a problem, but until they believe it's a problem, they're never going to see it as a problem. And that's just the hard part. That's the hard part, and it sucks. It sucks in a lot of cases when you're really trying to help out somebody and you really care about somebody, but they just don't get it. But they just don't get it. And there are people in this world who just, no matter what you can do, like no matter what you can do, until they understand that, until they understand what you're saying and they actually take the time and the effort to admit the problem, there's not going to be a problem to their mind. They're going to believe that what they're doing is okay, when in most times it's not. It, it's like it's like someone who has a smoking or a drinking problem. Until they admit that they have a problem, there's no problem. Unfortunately, there's no problem to them. Unfortunately, and it's rough. And it's rough, especially when it puts a lot of people in rough circumstances, because we all know because we all know the damage that certain things can do to us on a mental and an emotional level. But unless you admit that, okay, yeah, this is changing me, this is turning me into a different way, this is affecting me, until you actually sit down, admit that one piece, there's no problem. There's no problem in their mind. That person has to accept. That person has to accept that fact. You know, it's about at the end of the day, it's not about rejection and it's not about denial. It's about acceptance and progression. That's the best way to say it. It's about acceptance. It's about progression. We have to be able to progress, but we can't progress until we accept. Mm-hmm. And in some cases, it does take the worst extreme, and it's terrible. And it's terrible how sometimes it takes the absolute worst moment to where they realize the problem. But some people just don't learn until it happens to them. Like we've seen how some people, didn't believe in certain, how some people don't believe that certain stuff will happen, but then it happens to them and it changes their world completely. Mm-hmm. It's like the opposite of criticism, yeah, you know, criticism, and like it's like the opposite of criticism. It is like criticism to a much great extent, because at the end of the day, we have to provide people, because at the end of the day, unless we help each other, we can't improve as a society. That's the rough truth. We have to be able to help each other. We have to be able to build each other, to grow each other, to create a better community, a stronger community, And yeah, sometimes the stuff that we may say may be rough. I may come off as a jerk to a lot of people. I may come off as a jerk, but I'm not going to sit here and try to act like everything is okay when it's clearly not. Because then I'm doing you a disservice. Oh, and not only am I doing you a disservice, I'm doing myself a disservice by just sugarcoating and acting like this is paradise when in reality the ship is sinking. You know, you know. And at the end of the day, if the ship is sinking, if the ship is sinking and you're on it, you're gonna try to survive, and you're gonna have to jump out that ship before you drown. You're gonna have to jump out that shift. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to learn to. You're gonna have to. If you don't know how to swim, more than likely you will drown. That's just that's the reality. That is the reality of the situation. Sometimes is if you don't jump out that board, you're gonna die. And the thing is, I criticize a lot of people. If you ever seen my channel, I criticize a lot of people. You know, but nine times out of 10, very rarely do I ever give criticism without giving a way to get better. That's because at the end of the day, you have if you're going to give criticism, you also need to know how to give ways to get better. You can't just say, oh, your channel sucks, you make no good content on somebody, without finding a way to give them help, to help them out, to give them better ways to make content. That is how we grow. Giving everybody an ideas. We have to listen. We have to be able to listen to each other. And yeah, we are talking about criticism because criticism is a big part of the world.
They don't tell people that. People think criticism equals hate nowadays. Trust me. A lot of people think criticism automatically equals hate. I tell a lot of people that. I legit think I made a video about that. Or I don't think I did, but I remember I always say criticism does not equal hate. It doesn't. Stop thinking that. I always criticize a lot of things. That's what I'm known for, criticism and ranting. But people think I hate on these guys. I don't hate none of these YouTubers I criticize or rant about. I just want them to get better. Like that one guy ran about. I want the guy to get better as what ifs, but he can't take criticism. He always call people names, calling insulting guys' names, and blah blah blah. He can't take criticism. Unlike people can't take criticism. I'm just trying to help your channel get better. If you get a lot of hate, that means you're not doing something on your channel. Sure, you got a big audience, but if majority of people in the drama, I'm just talking about drama. Majority of people in the drama community don't like this guy's content, but he think his audience means he's doing good stuff. No, majority of people don't like the what if stuff. Even I made 3 whole videos about you, but you can't take criticism. That's my problem. You can't take criticism. If you can't take criticism, then you're part of the problem in this generation. If you can't take criticism, then you're part of the problem. I always tell people criticism is not hate. It's different. Now this is hateful. Like you're a disgusting piece of shit. That's disrespectful and hateful. But saying, oh, your channel needs to get better or something. That's criticism. But saying, oh, you're a disgusting piece of shit. You shouldn't have been born. Now that's hate. You can say I'm a disrespectful saying that, but criticizing content, it's a different story.
Much different. Much different. And I could, and like that's why sometimes, like I hate to say it, and like I hate to be the kind of person to give up on somebody, but sometimes you're left with just no choice to just give up on somebody because they just don't understand. Because you can only feed them so much until they get full. And when they get full, they'll and when they get full of what you say, they just shit it right out. And it's the hard truth. It's the hard truth of sometimes with the people who don't want to listen. They'll take in what you say, but then they'll poop it right out. And it's like you want the best for this person, but this person just doesn't understand the greater point of view. They don't understand the overall point of view. And it's like you can only do so and it's like you can only do it's like you can only do so much. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm not talking about anybody in particular because this has happened with many people down the road. Many people fall down this route, and it's a route that is a very sad route to follow, but people choose to follow it. People choose the route. You know, people choose this way to go down. And if that's the way that people want to go down sometimes, then hey, sometimes you just got to say, okay, just be it.
Just be it. If you can't take criticism, just be it. You just can't
Mhm.
help him. You just can't help the guy.
Yeah, you
Never.
just,
You can't take
like
criticism.
there's the old
Exactly.
saying, you can't help someone who can't help themselves.
Exactly. If people don't like your content or whatever, then no way. You just can't help the guy.
You can't. Hmm.
I try to help multiple
You know.
people, but some people, like one example, I'm bringing up another guy. This guy's the one case ups. He actually took my criticism and actually changed his titles because of me making a video about one video I made about these certain individuals and fixed their tires and all that. He actually took the criticism and actually did it. So people actually listen to me sometimes. See, that's all I want people to do. Is just listen to what I say sometimes. And it might get better results.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know. No doubt about it. At the end of the day, we're here to. At the end of the day, as much as we are, as much as we do for ourselves, we're also here to do for others. You know, I do stuff to get myself over, and I do stuff to get other people over, and yeah, and Tom, that is a great example. Even though sometimes I'll admit I'm still weary about him to a little degree, but he improved. You know, it took a few shots. It took a little bit, but he started to get the message, and he's doing better. So I will give him that. I will give that person.
Now, if I know someone else can do that, when his friends can actually change too, that'd be great. But he probably won't.
But at the end of the day, I'm at the point where if you can't be at the level where I'm like, if you can't be at the level where I'm at, if you can't if you can't match the standards that I'm trying to put out, you know, I'm at the point where you just got to go to the side at that rate. Because there's plenty of people who can match my standards, who want to be here, who want to help grow what we're trying to build over here. There are plenty of people who are here for that, but there are also people here who just can't adhere to that standard. And I'll admit, standard is high. The standard is high because I know how stuff should be. That's why the standard is high, because I know how stuff will be. And I'm not going to settle for less in terms of in terms of potential. I'm not going to settle for less. I have max potential on mind, and I want to reach the max potential. You know, sometimes you got to take the bottle and you got to shoot it, and you got to run. Sometimes you got to take the ball, you got to run with it to the field. You got to run to get that touchdown. This is the time to run to get that touchdown. You know, you know, and don't get me wrong, content takes time. Content takes time. It is a stride. It is a grind. A lot of the videos that I do, a lot of stuff that I do takes hours to do. whether it's for me or what's for other people. Sometimes stuff can take 5 minutes. Sometimes it can take an hour. Like content, not about it's hard. It's time consuming. It can be a tear, but but it's not something that's not doable. In that regard, I have to admit, it's not something that's not doable. Agreed, Tom. You know, not about it. And like, and I, and like sometimes, and it sucks. And lots of times it sucks, but that's why, like, sometimes, sometimes you just run into that person who you wind up giving more to than less, who you wind up, giving more to than you get back, you know, and some people just don't return that investment. And it sucks sometimes. I have to admit, it's something that easily will suck is when someone doesn't return your investment. Like, I have to admit. Oh, hey, Mason. Glad to see. Oh, wow, Mason. I'm surprised you're here. Um, but yeah, the level of the level that I'm giving, because anyone knows that, if I'm giving, if I'm there for someone's stream, anyone knows this. I'm professional. I'm professional. I have I have a certain set of standards to go by. I'm not just gonna show up any kind of way. You know, those are the little things that make a difference. When you do content, preparation, presentation,
Yeah,
those things make a
I
difference.
show them in the stream. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm the quiet guy in the streams, unless I
Mhm.
feel like talking, of course.
But the thing is, you also don't embarrass yourself too. You don't make yourself look like a fool.
No, I don't really, unless I want to get angry at times when I see a certain topic. Well, now I'm just the quiet guy.
Yeah. Like there's preparation. I always try to make sure I look somewhat decent before I turn on the camera. The fact that, everything looks somewhat fine, you know. And yeah, they just throw it all away, you know? You know, and like you can only invest and like, but like certain people just don't understand standard. And I'm at the point where if you don't understand standard, you know, you need to be put to the side. I'm at that point because I don't have, because unless we improve the standard here, we're not going to go anywhere. This isn't going to go anywhere. This isn't going to grow. We're not going to get to point B if we don't bump the standard. If we don't bump the standard, we don't bump the way things are done here. And that may sound rough, that may sound tough, but that's the truth. We have, the standard needs to change because people don't understand basic things. And I mean basic things. Like if you have the camera on, it's not hard to look somewhat decent. It is not hard to look somewhat decent. There are people who I will see in certain things, and I will look at the camera and I can just see that they just haven't taken good care of themselves. You can just see, and it's gross. And it's sometimes gross. You know, is it wrong to just comb your hair a little? Is it wrong to comb your hair a little bit? Comb your hair a little bit. Wash your face a little bit. The little stuff. When people are watching you, because this could be the first time people watching you, and they're over there thinking you look like you just woke up. You know, Well, Charlie is one of them. Like I wish that sometimes he didn't make Well, the thing with Charlie is sometimes I wish he didn't make content. Walking out like when he's. I wish he wouldn't make content sometimes out of his own house. But that's just nitpicking. That's just nitpicking. I got no issues with Charlie. He's cool, dude. He's a cool, dude. But you know,
Charlie's cool, but he
yeah,
never
like
we
like
never
I
see him
said,
with that
like
drama screen.
I got no, like I said, I got no issue with them. But like it's simple things of just presentation. The
Yeah,
little
Tom,
details.
you still in the chat? You still gotta tell Charlie we gotta do that Dragon Ball string, or is this clown keep forgetting?
I think Charlie's too busy with the Thursday Night Wars because that's pretty big. Because that's pretty big for Hangman Outcast and Rant Ray. But but like I was talking about presentation. Like presentation, is something that's very important. The way that you look, the way that you come off, the way that people see you. These are all things that are very much important and very much something that people are going to pay attention to. And people are going to get an opinion of that. And sometimes we tell people, not to care about what other people think, but generally you need to have a good, but generally presentation, is the big key, you know, you know, because if you don't look presentable, people are not going to take you serious, because if you don't look presentable, you don't sound presentable, you don't seem presentable, people will not take you seriously. People will not take you seriously. People will not give you respect because respect is something that you got to earn at the end of the day. You got to earn it. Respect isn't something that you just buy at a Walmart. I'm sorry, but you can't just buy respect at a Walmart for $1. You got to earn it. You got to earn it, and it takes time to earn it. You know, it takes time to earn it, and it takes time to maintain it, and it takes time to grow that. We, you know, you know, and at the end of the day, you got to give it to get. It's respect is like putting money in the bank. You can't take anything out unless you put something in. At the end of the day, that's just the best way to describe respect. It's like putting money in the bank. But but we've been talking about presentation. Presentation is important. If your presentation is not right, your stream is not right. Presentation is the one thing that people are going to remember you for. You know. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Evolution, not about it, Dan. Evolution. Evolution. If you don't adapt with the times, you will perish. No doubt about it. Might as well open up some floodgates. This is the lounge, by all means. Why do I have code? Why is there code on the side of the screen? But yeah. Open up the floodgates to the peeps. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're here to talk about, but we've been talking about presentation because presentation is something that in my stream etiquette stream I did a while ago, I missed presentation. I didn't think about presentation, you know, because presentation matters that much. It's a hidden gem. It's something that can easily get overlooked. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. You know, about it. You got to listen to what people are telling you. You also got to listen to what people tell you. You know, you know, This also goes back to and this goes to respect. You got to act respectful. If someone tells you to do something, if something, if this is not your place, if you are a guest somewhere, and someone tells you to do something, if someone tells you to do something that is perfectly in line, do it. Someone who has a higher power of you, you know because there are rules. There are rules in the world. You can't just steal from the bank and expect not to have consequences. You can't just expect to go anywhere, to take. You can't just expect everything to be a free light, to be a free to be a free handout, because that's not how it works. You know, if you do something, there are consequences to it. You know, whether that may be us having to kick you out and not bring you back, or just getting the boot altogether. That is consequences. We do have consequences, for stuff that happens, and sometimes and if sometimes, if it's something small, we give it a free pass. Certain things we can give a free pass on, we can forgive, because we're trying to help each other get better. But there's a point where the free passes go. hmm there's a point where those free passes, those expectations, they go. hmm those points, there's a point where, you know you reach there's a point where the free passes, like I said, they go out the window. The point, you know the forgiveness, goes out the window. If it's something that's happening over and over again, you have to eventually cut it off. You know, you know, because a lot of the people who were once here sometimes aren't here anymore. That's the reality of the situation. And only the tough, only the strong have been able to still be here and to still put out and to still work hard on what we do. You can't just expect, you can't just expect, you can't just expect, to have something, you can't do this kind of content with a closed fist. You just can't do it. You know, you can't walk life with a closed fist. You can try, but it's not very much helpful. It's not very much beneficial. You got to be able to you got to be able to continue to keep going throughout all the hardships, throughout all, you know, the, throughout whatever anyone's going to bring. Because, if this is what you want, you got to push, you got to keep going. That's how you get better. That's how you make stuff work, you know? Oh yeah, Tom, that definitely wouldn't work today if you were doing. Well, I don't know. Maybe if you did it like as like like if you did that like as like a monthly thing, it probably could work. Or if you did that like it probably, if it worked, if you did like that as a monthly thing, that probably would work. But it definitely wouldn't work if you did like every day, like back like your old Twitch schedule was, like it once was. But it definitely wouldn't work now. But the point is, when it comes to this stuff, you know, it's not just about having fun. And I hate to say that, but that's something people need to realize, that these streams are not about just not having, like, these streams aren't just about having fun. Yeah, we have fun. We hang out. I may make people laugh with some of the stuff I say, and I may call some shit. I may call some shit, do some shit. But but you have to keep in mind that there are times where we need to follow some rules. We're on a platform where there are rules to follow. There are certain things that we have to be in line with. You know, there are certain things that we have to obey by, you know, and not just my sets of rules, not only just my sets of rules, but YouTube's sets of rules, the internet's sets of rules, you know, because that's how the world works. That's how reality works. There are things that we have to be in line with, and if you don't get in line, if you don't fall in line, then you're not going to be able to stay. You're not going to be able to stay. And like I said, I am boosting the standard. The standard is getting higher around here. The standard is getting higher around here. And I've been saying that for a little bit now. But the standard is getting higher here. And yeah, we do make community rules. Mm-hmm. Who is. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea. Yeah. And I do want to be all on the same plane. There's a lot of people in the community who I do want to be on the same playing field with, and I do consider myself on the same playing field with a lot of people. There are, oh, I don't worry. I don't care about them. I don't care about them. They just won't fall. They just don't fall in line no matter what, and they just don't understand, and they just won't get it. But I'm glad to see. But I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see you here. At the end of the day, glad to see you very much here. You know, but but like we said, there's a there's a standard here. There's a standard here. There are rules to exceed by. At the end of the day, if you just don't fall in line, you just don't fall in line. You don't get it. Some people just won't get it. And I am available. And Tom, I would love, I would love to talk about that. I would, I would love to, want to talk about that because I do think our community does need some new standards, does need some new rules after what happened yesterday. I'm not gonna go into what happened yesterday. If you want to know, where to hit me up. You know where to hit me up. You know where to talk. We'll talk about it there. We'll talk about it privately. But, but, but yesterday opened my eyes to a lot of this stuff and how in some cases we've let a lot of this stuff fly, that we really should have been focused on much earlier and that we really should have been focused on much earlier, you know. And like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into what happened because most people are, first of all, most people already know what happened. If you don't know what already happened, there's a place to find out about it. But you can reach up, find out about it. But the thing is, but in short, we were giving somebody the benefit of the doubt many times. When in reality, there was a lot of time that was somewhat wasted. And it's a sad reality, a sad world, when certain stuff like that happens. But it happens sometimes. And 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 it's something that opened my eyes to a lot of things because it really it opened my eyes to certain things that I probably should have paid more attention to, and that you know an AOL tried CD. Oh man, oh David's here. Oh, what's up? Oh hey, David's here. Chat's growing up a little bit. But David, glad to hear that you're home. Alex, oh, this is your first time here.
Hi, Paige. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, fellow
Hello,
Costco
everybody.
workers.
I heard you're a Costco worker.
Yeah, I work there now. Yeah.
I work at the Costco Depot in Tracy.
Yeah.
So for you folks don't know me, my name is Alex Paris, 25 years old, run a YouTube channel by yours truly, and the upcoming 25 channel, which will be launching June 25th. I've been a YouTuber for the past 11 years. When I first started as Larry 4009 from 2009 to 2012. I love doing game shows. I love driving, traveling, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I see you were doing a live stream, and I thought I'd keep you company.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to be talking about?
Well, right now I've been just talking about, setting up, digging, talking about resetting the standards here a little bit more, rebuilding the expectation, rebuilding the foundation, because, after some stuff yesterday, I just think it needs to be rebuilt. It needs to be taken into a different direction.
Okay.
And speaking of Alex Paris fans, I think here's probably your biggest fan, Mr. David 3000, our butt buddy of YouTube Clout.
He's been a fan of me since 2012.
Yes, and I was asking if this was a good time to join because I saw you were talking about some other stuff that you probably talked about backstage. But
yeah, it's
yeah, you can join. Anybody can join.
You can join in. This is the lounge. I really should be talking about this on the lounge so much because we're supposed to be just kicking back.
Oh, there's Jonathan.
This is
Jonathan Hannah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure other people will be coming. I'll be seeing one. But how's your day been so far, Paige? And
my day has been okay.
My day's just the same. Work.
I just
got off
I didn't.
Got off at 12.
Yeah, I had work today, but
What do you do at Costco? Now, since we're talking about Costco, let's talk about Costco.
Yeah.
So what do you do at Costco? Are you a bagger or a cashier?
I'm a stalker.
I tried to be a stock associate at one of my local Costco's, but unfortunately, it's the funny man himself.
Phenomenal when you're a stalker, you say. You
Get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna have to tell your GF about that.
Hey, sorry, are you
Sorry,
are you supposed to be working right now? You smoke?
Yes, I'm smoking. I'm smoking a cigarette. I took some trash out, but I will say this: I'm only gonna be here for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Feedback, but anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than a week away from episode 40 of the Hangman Outcast, going head to head with the new and improved Rant and Rave. And of course, when you want to see a star in the making and Brandon Martin, will go check out Rant and Rave. We'll also go check out the Hangman Outcast as well. So Thursday, special start time, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, we will have sponsors. We will have all kinds of shenanigans. The usual with the Hangman Outcast.
Why you gotta promote yourself?
Let him promote.
It's my gimmick now. I'm a man of many hats now. I wear like many hats. I'm an Antichrist priest. I sell Vatican approved towels, and then now I what do you call it? And I'm a promoter. I'm like David David with a pair of balls. No offense,
David. My channel. That's the case. I promote my channel everywhere. I'm promoting my channel. Well, technically, I'm a hypocrite. I did promote my stream that podcast that was on Phenomenal's Discord servers. You can call me on that.
Oh yes, but anyway, guys, I gotta give.
I sent you. By the way, Dan, I sent you a message on Twitter, so please check that out. But continue.
Who?
Well, I'm about to head out because I gotta get back into work. But just wanted to come in for a few seconds. Alex, always a pleasure. Dig the mustache, brother.
Thank you very much.
Of course, always a pleasure. David, I know you're. Oh wait, he did a quickie with his lotion. Anyway, Jonathan, my boy.
No, he does something else with his. Hey,
never did that Dragon Ball stream, Charlie. You always forget.
Hey, we were gonna do it on WandaVision, but you never showed up.
You never invite me to the link. So,
damn it. Okay, you got a point. I gotta send you privately then. I usually put it on Paige's stream, but Paige's Discord. I'll just send you to it privately. We'll talk about that on episode 40 because we got a lot to talk about. Anyway, guys, catch y'all later.
Yeah. Well, 1 second. Let's bring in. Let's see. 1 second. Danica Nelson. Hopefully, I said that right.
That was
What's up,
outstanding for
Paige?
her.
Hello,
Mhm.
Danica or Danica
Hello,
or
guys.
Miss
How's
Nice.
everyone doing?
Doing good. We were just talking
Yeah.
about Costco.
Yeah.
Oh, Costco. Is it like the pizza store like they had? Because that's
Well,
what.
they do have
Well,
pizza.
they do have
It's a
they do have
warehouse
pizza
spot.
in their food court. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that
Mhm.
one.
As
Yeah.
I was trying to, sorry,
You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
who wants to? Who's gonna go first? Me or is it Danica or Danica?
Danica.
Danica.
But you can call me
Okay,
Dan. Yeah,
sorry.
you
I
can.
said
You
that
can
wrong.
call me Danny.
As I was trying to say, I tried to apply to different stock positions from my local area, but I didn't get I didn't hear back from them. So when I was in Lockford back in December, my friend Jim told me about the Costco depot down in Tracy, and they're always hiring. So I went to the Costco website, applied there, and the next day I get a call to schedule an interview the next day. Went to my interview, got the job. And what I do at Costco, I am a service clerk. So what I do, I strap and wrap pallets. In addition to that, I recently became a certified electric pallet jack driver. So what I also do is I use those big pallet jacks, not the ones that you carry with, the electric pallet jack. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
I use those. I grab pallets and I put them in certain lines to go into different trucks to send them to different Costco stores. And I just recently passed my 90 days. So, and everybody loves me up there. Management, all of the employees. I'm like one of the hardest workers out there and one of the most popular employees in my department, probably in all of Costco.
What day did you start working, by the way?
December 21st, 2020.
Oh man,
And
you started much.
problems
You
with
started much
Costco?
earlier than me. I started this month.
I saw your comment in your Discord chat, and I gave you a thumbs up.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
If any of you guys are looking for a job, I recommend Costco. It's one of the best companies to work for. You get a great 401k, great benefits. You won't regret it.
You really won't. It's definitely one of the best jobs.
It is.
Better than a restaurant.
Honestly, this is a fact. Not dogging anybody about this, but it beats any working at a restaurant, working at Safeway. Ironically enough, there is a Safeway distribution warehouse right next to my Costco depot. And every time I look at it, I was like, oh, how ironic. And for you guys haven't been following me, I used to work at Safeway from 2015 to 16.
Safeway, except it's unsafeway.
No, a better name, Slaveway. Not unsafeway, Slaveway.
What is that? Slaveway.
It's a nickname for Safeway. I don't like it.
Oh. Yeah, I never heard of it.
You never heard of Safeway? It's a grocery store.
No. No, I never heard of it. Wait, it's like a grocery store?
Yeah, it's a major grocery store chain.
Oh, it's just like every other grocery store.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like Stop and Shop, you know.
Stop and Shop.
Yeah, and also like one of those.
You'd be correct, Dan.
$16 an hour.
I make $16.50 right now, but another benefit about Costco, every 1,040 hours, you get a pay raise.
I wonder what the checks are like for Christmas. You know, must be very.
I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but I could say it's a pretty good amount.
You can put in the private chat if you want, but
and no need.
Yeah, no need.
But and you work from what time? What time?
Well, on weekends it's 5:30 to 1:30, and usually on weekdays it's 5:15 to 1:30 2:45, but we've been doing 9-hour days, so we've been getting off at 2:45. And starting next week, because it's Easter, I'll be working until Saturday. Saturday, it's because we got Sunday off, so I cannot join for your Hangman Outcast episode 40. I remember you asked me it on Snapchat.
It's going to be on April 1st, so, and that's on a Thursday.
that's a Thursday.
I'm
it's
working
Thursday.
that day too. Usually I'm off Tuesdays and Thursdays. They change the schedule all the time. Yes.
Well, if you're on break or something, you're more than welcome to comment like you do on Right and Rave.
Yeah, I mean, I know my breaks are 15 and 30 minutes, but I can always pop in for a few if I really wanted to. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the latest Rant and Rave podcast, it was one of the best interviews they ever had.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. No doubt about it. The Ricky Morton interview was really good.
That was one for the books.
I gotta say, despite what happened in the chat, which I'm not gonna get into, but
I saw what happened, but I don't want to get involved in it. It's not my business.
But
let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But about Brian Martin, I give him like all the credit in the world for him to booking these wrestlers for Rank and Rave. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. I don't know how he does it. And like, I don't know if he probably does on Facebook and Instagram, but for Hall of Famers, I don't know how he does it. You know?
I think he just messages them. I don't know if it's true enough. I think he either messages them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or he gives them an email.
Probably email when you think about it. Or on their website or something. 16 times 8 subtract 100 for taxes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will take the second to apologize to
Zero Toll.
I'll take the second to apologize to him. I didn't know who it was, and
hello, gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me on the stream.
I didn't know it was you. I wanted to make sure we make sure everything is clear.
Totally understand. No problem at all.
Yeah, because if I don't see you interacting in the chat at least a little bit, then I kind of keep the door. I kind of wait on it.
Oh no, for sure. Like I said, I'm newer to viewing and learning the rules and regulations of your streams. So I'll just go with the flow and learn it. So appreciate it once again. Thank you.
Yeah, because this is, I think, my first time. I want to say my first time talking to you. I want to say.
Yeah, no, we've never spoken before. Yeah. I've contributed to your chat in previous streams, and that's pretty much the extent of any conversation.
I don't think I've seen you under the Zero Toll name, so that kind of confused me as well.
Oh, no worries at all. No worries at all.
Yeah,
it's nice to meet you, new people. To me.
Yeah, nice to meet you, folks, as well.
Thank you. I've heard the name Jonathan Hanna before. I've seen it on my good buddy Jordan's live streams before.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm recognizing you though people don't even know who I am. I'm that special.
Yes, you're that special.
Wow, my name is big. Although people don't even know who I am. Like, oh, Jonathan Hanna. I heard that guy's name. I guess I am a big YouTuber.
Yes.
You got.
I'll give you that. You are fairly popular between most people. I don't know what your most viewed video is. So I'm kind of curious to see what that is. I want to see.
I mean, I got a couple videos over 4K, 3K. Some got 1,000. I mean, I get a lot of views. I'm always getting
your Flash Final video is your most viewed with over 5,000 with 5.5.
Yeah, about some guy's channel terminated. That was a long time ago. Yeah. But I do get over plus almost 100 views per video I make nowadays.
Yeah.
And your Jonathan got praised. I used to have 5K subscribers, which you should be honest.
I mean, I get a lot of praise. Oh, you deserve 5K. You deserve 1,000. Like everyone said, I deserve 1,000 subs.
Hey, I got 4,800 subscribers. I'm almost up to 5,000.
Yeah, Alex, you have a lot of subscribers. Like, and you do make good content. I do.
creativity and an open mind what makes me famous. Well, famous, kind of famous. Not like PewDiePie or.
I see why David looks up to you. Maybe David needs a mustache, and I think
I don't think he wants to go for a mustache. But I used to want to be clean shaven, but I decided to change it, and I actually look good with this mustache.
yeah, the mustache it fits. It fits you.
It does.
I do have to
And
give you that.
These aren't regular glasses. These are computer glasses, so that way the blue on your monitors doesn't make your eyes all strained.
Okay. Oh wow. You see the gimmick like I do.
Yo, what computer glasses?
Yeah, these.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still see fine without these. It's just so that the blue doesn't strain your eyes.
Yeah, they're blue. Yeah, they're blue.
They're blue block
glasses.
The blue.
Wait, may I ask, like, where can you find these computer glasses?
You can get them on Amazon or eBay.
Yeah, they're on. Yeah, they're on Amazon. That's where I got mine from.
Yeah, definitely go to. David has screw hair under his arm. Yeah, no comment, but yeah, you can.
My dad said the same thing one time. Alex looked like he's going for the 1970s porn star look. Or the cop stash.
The cop stash.
Oh yeah, like if you do a lot of computer work, blue light glasses are definitely something you definitely should.
Oh, I
consider.
do a lot of computer work. I do Flash programming. I do video editing in Final Cut Pro X. I do thumbnails in the Affinity Photo.
The only problem with Flash is that Flash, went away last year. So
yes, and I have a solution. Just get one of solutions. My solution is use your virtual machine, get CS6, get an older Flash player, and that way you can also run Big John's games, for example.
Yeah.
I have a Windows XP virtual machine because Windows XP is the best operating system out there. And for the record, I do have a Windows 10 laptop. And of course, I'm using my iMac, which is my daily use computer, which I love very, very much.
And also can run the internet better than the laptops, to be honest.
Yeah, desktops are, depending on, like, if you have a gaming laptop, you can still get more power, but desktops have more power than laptops because it's direct power. And when you take it off, you have less power because you're just running off the battery, unless if you check the high performance.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe Paige had a computer problem one time on his game streams. I'm not sure if it was it the laptop that was having issues? Paige?
Yeah, I was trying to use my laptop, and I found out my desktop is just much more powerful. Well, granted, my desktop has much more RAM in it, so it's much more of a powerful machine.
So that proves my point, or our point.
All of our point. Well, David's point, actually. Because
Tom says I use two desktops and use them together. One gaming and other is built for two streaming.
Since we were talking about game shows, I know I promote this a lot, but you know what? It's a good idea to promote a very popular classic YouTube game show like Spin for Millions, since it's coming back to the 25, July 3rd, which is a week after the launch of the 25, which is launching June 25th, 2021. As you can all see, my dad just...
That's the Wheel of Bankrupt's background.
More like Spin for $0, not Wheel of Bankrupts. Spin for $0 fits better. As I was trying to say, I got this backdrop, which is from uprinting.com, which I recommend everybody to use if you want to have your own custom backdrops. My dad and we recently installed this pole, so that way when I use multiple backdrops, I could just take the pole off and put that aside and use a different backdrop when I do a different show, so I don't just use the same backdrop over and over again.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like your room, like that room actually looks like an actually nice studio. Like that looks like a really nice studio.
Thank you very much.
Like I could see that actually just being like a small like actual like building like that, like just a small studio.
You know, if I ever had my own place, probably in the next 3 to 5 years, I could probably get my own place. Maybe one can be my bedroom and the other one could be my studio. If I
Yeah.
have a one bedroom, I'll just use my living room as my bedroom and I can just use the one bedroom as a studio. I know it sounds a little crazy, but when you have a creative mind, you got to think something creative.
Yeah, you got to think outside the box.
Doing video editing for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, I actually like what you say about you can use your bedroom as a studio. That's a great idea. That's
it is a very good idea. David uses his bedroom as a studio. Paige uses his bedroom as a studio.
I do.
Well, I don't know about everybody in the room right now, but I believe Tom Willis. I don't know if he has a.
Jerome.
Oh my God!
Jerome actually showed up.
Jerome Latimer.
Mike Tyson.
Man, I've been waiting.
Oh my God!
Highlight that comment page.
Please, I'll read it all.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned this on another show, but doesn't Alex Paris sound somewhat similar to Mike Tyson? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my impression of Jerome Latimer. Great guy. Check out his content. He'll make you laugh, especially on Both Us on the Sofas, which you could catch it every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
All right, I'm better than Jerome. I'm way better than Jerome. Y'all go sub to Jonathan Hanna. He's the best. He's the best around this whole group right now.
Be careful, be careful, Jonathan. By the way, it's actually 5 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, come on, David. I'm not scared of person in there. Come on,
2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Come on, David.
No, that was my
what do you want to discuss about? Does Jerome watch Dragon Ball? Nah, I wish I owned him in Dragon Ball debate.
Oh man. I'm just waiting for Jerome's response right now.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm gonna use it like this. Usually, I just stay quiet. I would have been quiet anyway. I'm just a quiet guy, but I just want to talk a little bit.
So,
kudos for the plug. Much Dragon Ball Z.
I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid too. It's one of the best animes out there. Period. As I was saying, as you can see,
I guess Jerome can't debate me in the Dragon Ball debate, so it's simple. I win.
This backdrop right here closely resembles from the season 1 backdrop of Spin for Lamb, which was hosted by Robert Fillmore, which was a career character I actually created back in 2008. There was a book called The Cartoonist Book. That's how I created the character of Robert Fillmore. I might do an episode on the throwback stories sometime.
Well, for Throwback Thursday, of course.
Yeah, they'll be aired on Thursdays. I can't say every Thursday because sometimes I'll be either out of town but I usually schedule upload my content.
Oh, look, Eric.
Oh, hey, Eric. Oh, wow, Eric Lima.
Eric Lima.
One of the new co-hosts to the Rant and Rave podcast, Mr. Eric Lima.
Jesus, there's a lot of people in here I don't know about. There's been some new people nowadays. I don't keep a rant and rave like that. We gained some new people. We got freaking Danica Nelson here. Like, I don't know about
Danica, not Danica.
There's only one
Danica, same thing.
That's Danica Patrick.
No, Danica. I'm gonna get it. I'll get it right before the end of the show.
No,
hey guys, look, Jerome actually admitted something. Look at that guy, Jerome actually admitted something. I was storming a Dragon Ball debate. Jonathan Hanna 1, Jerome 0. Take that, J-Man.
Oh man!
Congratulations, Jonathan. You won a small gumball. I can't think of anything.
But Danica, I am kind of somewhat curious to how you found the channel. I'm very curious.
Oh, it was on your Discord. Someone sent me your live stream. I forgot who it was. So,
but in my Discord sent it to you. Very interesting.
Yes.
The other thing as well, I don't know, just to quickly interject. I've watched some of your streams before, but I noticed that, and the reason why I'm here too is I don't know if the YouTube algorithm is changing or it's one of those days, but you're popping up in the YouTube home feed as well for people that are not regular contributors. So that's also why you may be seeing a spike in people that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
Which is
Hey,
good.
Talk about me or
hey,
phenomenal.
if that's the case, I must be doing something.
I might be talking about phenomenal. Oh, they gonna get exposed to Dan. You don't want to debate me about talk about drama, Dan.
Oh boy.
Technically, I got knowledge because of drama. I did. You want to debate about Dan? We can debate about anything, Dan. You want to come in here and debate it? We can debate about anything you want to. You want to talk about the Freezer saga? We can debate that. Boo saga, Cell saga. We can debate about anything. Except about power levels. Power scale, not a good power scaler, but anything else, we can debate. I'm gonna go over 9,000, Dan.
But I think,
David,
I think we'll open up.
What
the
does that
floor
wedge
to
got
more.
to do anything?
Um,
What's that wedge gonna do? A Charlie wedge for spin for a million? Does he
J-Man
like come out
J-Man's gonna miss
and
out this
give you
thing.
shit?
Poor J-Man.
Which that
He's gonna
would
miss
be
out on
a
a Dragon
great,
Ball debate between me and Dan.
which would be a great addition, by the way.
mhm.
If you guys got any questions about spin for a million, you can ask me right here, right now, if you wish.
How long has Spin for a Million been going on?
Spin for a million has actually been going on since 2010, but it wasn't official to 2011 because my good friend Paul Leclerc was the original creator of Spin for a Million back in October 2010. And the basic format was spin the wheel, win whatever the wheel stops on. I was the first to create an official series upon seeing that in February 25th, 2011. And a fun fact, I voiced Robert Fillmore until episode 4. And I can still remember what the contestants were and how much they've won, even though those episodes aren't on YouTube. I only have episodes 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 13, and season 2, episode 1. The original 7 episodes of Spin for a Million. So it's been going around since 2010, 2011. We'll say 2010. And it stopped in 2015, but it's going to be making a comeback come this year. And if you guys ever want to do your own version of Spin for a Million, by all means, go ahead and do it.
Oh man, the newcomers keep arriving. First time here. one
Hey,
and only
Luke
Jeffers.
A lot of new people. Hey,
Oh, David, do you got any questions about Spin for a Million?
Are you gonna do how many seasons do you have in mind? You know?
Depending on the popularity, I can go as long as I want. Unless if it if I get bored of it, or let's just say if I want to bring back Mega Spin back, but I'm just saying in this scenario.
You should do a premiere events of those episodes.
I do plan to do a premiere event for a Spin for a Million. And
sorry about that, guys. I just came back from plugging my headset here.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you, Alex.
Great to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I've just been busy and been watching Dave Madison videos while I was gone and everything today.
I remember watching Dave Madison videos, the logo bloopers. We were just talking about my revival of Spin for a Million. I've been asking these folks some questions if they have any questions about my upcoming Spin for a Million. Do you have any questions, Luke, since you've known Spin for a Million for 10 years?
Yeah, well, I've been excuse me. Some of my Spin for a Million years, I was stressed out in 2011 because of my difficulties, and I had brain malfunction in 2012. Long story short, now I'm looking forward to revival now.
A lot of people are looking for the revival.
All right. Here's my quick question. People are going to play on Discord, right?
It's going to be people on Discord and cartoon characters. Yes, it's a combination of both.
Oh, yeah, that should be interesting.
Oh my god. Yes, I used to have cartoon characters in my old game shows, and I still do that to keep it a little entertained. I'll either use a text-to-speech voice or I'll use my imitation, like I do for Mario or Luigi.
I actually can do imitation of someone. Let's say, I can actually make a cartoon character and do a parody of By the way, Hangman Charlie. You know, that
Well,
was
no, that's by the way, Hangman Charlie. By the way, that's how you do it, David. You gotta have enough enthusiasm and strength to do the impressions.
Oh, I know.
I did. Speaking of that, I did the Crazy Bunch's web show about Thursday Night Wars update, which is very exciting for me to talk about.
It's going to be an interesting match. Let me just say that
Thursday
right now.
Thursday Night Wars. I can't believe I've been on this stream. I've been talking about Thursday Night Wars because Thursday Night Wars have kind of gotten a little bit more interesting. And have gotten more interesting because Rant and Rave has kind of a new change. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I think that's just as deep as I'll go into it. Let's just say Rant and Rave is gonna feel different. But if anything, I can definitely say that Brandon Martin is gonna be the star of Rant and Rave.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm very excited for Brandon Martin to get this opportunity and excited for him to be able to step out of his shell, do his own thing. And speaking of Rant and Rave, I'm going to put Zero Toll backstage for a second. Put Dallas backstage for a second. Only Mr. Eric Lima, one of the co-hosts.
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing? And
hello, Eric.
And lady.
Nice to finally talk to you.
Alex, an honor.
Honor.
I've been watching some of your stuff, especially the Card Sharks bus montage that you had.
Thanks.
And so it was really cool. So an honor to meet you, Luke. Great to meet you, David. Great to see you again. Danica and Jonathan. Hello.
And
it's good to be
since
here.
You just mentioned Card Sharks. Yeah. There is one episode of my Card Sharks series that will be one of the best episodes of my Card Sharks I ever did, and that was with Jerome and Gary. Yeah. That will be the season 3 premiere, so you should go check that out.
I will. My favorite Card Shark bust moment was when was it the bet that if someone busted, they had to see Biodome or something like that, and the other guy when somebody busted the other guy.
The bet was if he busts, he has to watch Biodome, but if he win the 40,000, Jerome not only had to watch one of the films, I forgot it was, but he also had to watch one of the worst comedies, Son of the Mask. More like son of a bitch.
And he started laughing when they got busted. That was great. I was like,
yeah.
And just like what Jerome says, that is the best episode. Highlight that page if you can.
Oh, yeah. Can I address Dan's comment for a second? Address Dan's
comment. There'll be no other episode like that.
Well, what were you saying, Jonathan?
Exactly.
Now wait till that guy get done talking down, but debunk Dan for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did react to this on LGB React before. It was awesome.
Paige, we gotta have Eric on locking in something for Card Sharks. I think he'll be great for Card Sharks episode of locking in.
If Danny is up to that,
this is a suggestion. You're the main host, if you will.
I'm one of the main hosts of Lock It In.
But Dan.
Me and Danny is like a 50%. It's a 50% partnership with that show.
Yes.
So Dan, you said you made a theory that how Goku and Vegeta got Super Saiyan. Sorry to go off topic, y'all. I'm pretty sure majority of y'all probably don't watch that. I'm pretty sure y'all do, or at least heard of it. But we'll just try to ask what Dan said. So Dan said in the comments, I have a theory of how both Goku and Vegeta got Super Saiyan. Well, it been stated in the Namek Saga. I remember Vegeta come on saying, wait, is Goku the Super Saiyan? He came on, question was Goku Super Saiyan? But it was just a theory at the time. People didn't know what Super Saiyan was. I remember people thought false Super Saiyan from the Lord Slug movie was actually going to look like that. Until Kuriyama changed that a week later, and Super Saiyan got revealed in the manga. I don't think it's really a theory about how Goku got Super Saiyan. Goku got Super Saiyan through anger, just like that. Vegeta got Super Saiyan. Really, I guess, through hard training, hard work. I mean, he got Super Saiyan off screen, so I wonder how he got Super Saiyan, really. Dan. He got Super Saiyan through hard work for training. The kids, the children on the hand, they got Super Saiyan out of nowhere. Goku and Trunks, they got Super Saiyan out of nowhere, Dan. That's a fact. But with Goku, anger, Vegeta, hard working training, and Goten and Trunks, same thing. He got Super Saiyan because Gohan died. Gohan got Super Saiyan training with his father, the kid version. But that's all I gotta say, Dan. If you want to come in here, we can actually, talk more about this. But it's up to you, really. Now I'm just meet myself and they continue to talk about Rant and Rave.
But yeah, Thursday Night Wars.
Thursday Night
Wars,
Wars.
yeah. But Thursday Night Wars, Thursday Night Wars. If you haven't seen the poster yet, created by this lovely genius, definitely want to look at that. But yeah, Thursday
Hey,
Night
can we actually now think about? Can we react to the trailer I made? Can we react to that?
Who are you talking to, me or Luke?
I think he was
Hey.
talking to me.
Oh,
I don't want to react to the trailer. I don't want to do a live reaction to the trailer.
But those who haven't seen it.
But 1 second.
This
is way too much to text. But Jonathan, and it just like Cliff Notes, my theory on them going Super Saiyan is they had to do the opposite of who they were as a person. With Goku, he was so good of heart. He was so pure. He was so focused and minded on being a good person that when Vegeta killed Krillin, it turned him and made that switch flip. This is the ultimate evil. This is someone that cannot be talked to. This is someone who cannot be convinced to do better, as he had done with so many people. So in that instant, Goku changed who he was, did a complete 180 that caused him to become a Super Saiyan. With Vegeta, well, hear me out.
No,
Vegeta
killed Krillin. Vegeta didn't kill Krillin. I mean, Frieza killed Krillin.
No, Frieza. I'm sorry, Frieza killing Krillin. Frieza killing Krillin. With Vegeta, he trained and trained and trained and trained harder than Goku had ever trained, 400 times Earth's gravity, and nothing, no accomplishments, no anything. So the man who never gives up, the man who always pushes forward, finally had to give up on his dream. And in doing that, doing the 180 of who he is as a person, he became a Super Saiyan. That's my theory. I think that becoming a Super Saiyan.
That's obvious, though. Vegeta's getting Super Saiyan is quite obvious. He trained, hard work trained.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it was about pride. But then when he gave up, for the first time in his life, he gave up on his Saiyan pride. He did the 180 of who he is as a person, which caused him to become a Super Saiyan.
Well, him getting Super Saiyan is basically off top. I mean, not off top, but off screen. We don't know how he got it, really.
Well, no, he did that whole synopsis where after he was fighting the androids, he told the others he had given up. He was done. He didn't care about this game anymore. He didn't give a damn anymore.
Actually, I think him going Super Saiyan because he wanted to pass Kakarot. That's why I feel like he went Super Saiyan.
But he was doing that for so long. He was doing that for so long, and it didn't work. It wasn't until he gave up on life. He gave up on this dream of his to be Super Saiyan, and he gave up on trying to surpass Kakarot. In that one moment, everything flipped. I'm sure I'll send it to you I'll send you the YouTube video that I watched that clip on that made me change my theory on how they become Super Saiyans. And if you want to ever talk about that, we can.
I don't think that's a theory in my opinion. I don't think Vegeta basically, I'm not going to try to pass it. I think Vegeta still wants to pass him because still in the Cell game.
No, I think he did. I think he wanted to. I think that's what his dream was. But for one instant, one tiny second, he gave up. And that's what
I don't think Vegeta gave up. I just don't think Vegeta gave up just not to pass him because when you got Super Saiyan, he said, I'm the number one around here now.
Yeah.
I'm busting your balls because you were definitely on the Dragon Ball Z guy, but I would definitely love to give you a run for your money and talk about it. And as for Jerome, you're right. They did nerf the shotgun. They did ruin the shotgun in Doom 3. Doom 3 is so underrated. Only thing I didn't like is the last boss fight with the Cyber Demon because you used the Soul Cube. That is that takes away from the fight. In the original Dooms, you're in a fight for your life with whatever guns you have, hoping to God you have the one bullet that's going to stop them if you didn't pick up the BFG. So yeah, that's the only issue I have with Doom 3. I'm going to pull the Charlie because apparently Charlie's still in my gimmick, showing up and leaving. So I'm going to do the same. Paige, you're doing a good job, man. Fantastic as always. I'll catch y'all later.
See ya.
All right. Our one and only lovable panda, the one and only Dan XP. But the one and only Dan XP, lovable panda who will also tell you to eat a dick. But anyway. We're back on our topic of the one and only Thursday Night Wars starting April 1st. Hangman Outcast versus Rant and Rave Podcast. You know, both shows be putting it all out there for your viewing, for your viewership, and to be the one with the bragging rights, the higher up you name it.
Hello, everybody. I am David Thousand here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is my impression of David Thousand. And I like to talk very fast because I am so full of energy, and I think I'm going to stop this impression right now before I turn into David St. Denis Paris.
I'm pretty sure John Hamm was a Rant Rave. Rant Rave would be overtopping everything because Jason Hanna gets views.
I'm staring at myself. Why am I staring at myself? I don't have a mirror, right?
Oh,
But
geez.
yeah, but yeah, Thursday Night Wars, April 1st.
Yo, where's Alex?
Oh man,
He shot my. I'm his
David-
clone. He shot me.
David pulled the Chuck Norris. You shoot with the finger, and he goes.
David, why would you do that?
Any last words?
oh man. But yeah, I have all you guys. Who's ready for Thursday?
Well, I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it. I'm on vacation from work all this week, so I'll be on the internet more, bringing content and all that. And my channel is WE. Obviously, you see me commenting on the chat. WEML TV channel 77. That's my channel. If you want to check it,
Yep, that's his
you guys
channel.
want to check.
It looks like.
And
Yeah.
So if you guys want to check it out, you can subscribe, and I'd be more than happy. And I try to bring some positive content, and now staying away from the drama, the trolling drama, and the politics and all that, and everything's happening in the news. I've always tried to be positive and entertaining. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And when I always bring, when I was asked to be the third co-host for the Rant and Raid podcast, I was pretty honored. And a lot of people have been telling me I'm a good addition to it because with my age, 44, I've been through a lot more. I bring the experience, the life experience as well, because I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I had so much cool stuff there, and I had a lot of fun. I just finished playing Kung Fu for the Nintendo system.
Wow.
And one of my segments on my channel is Saturday Super Starrcade. I came up with a name honoring two of the biggest shows that were in the 80s that had to do with video games. One is Starrcade, a game show that was once, the pilot was hosted by the late great Alex Trebek, God rest his soul, and also the late great Jeff Edwards of Play the Percentages fame, Treasure Hunt fame. So that was one. The other one was from a cartoon block on Saturday mornings on CBS back in the 82, 83, I think. It was called Saturday Supercade. They had Donkey Kong Jr., Q*bert, Frogger, Pitfall, and then later on, the second season the last 2 seasons they had Kangaroo and Space Ace. So, and I decided to combine the two names, and so I've already came up with 13 episodes of it so far of that. I bring the Flash game shows. I do those as well. So there'll be a lot more. And
I remember watching those.
Oh, you had a lot of fun watching. I appreciate that, Alex.
I remember you did the money cards game and you busted a couple times.
Yeah, I busted a couple. I usually stop playing when I bust. Then that was like I end it right there.
I do the same thing too. If I want to do like a mission, the $32,000 mission, or a $28,000 or a $1 million mission. If you guys haven't heard about $1 Million Sharks, which will be premiering the Friday of premiere week of the 25, by the way.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Very exciting.
Yes, it is.
So I know this is my first time here on the lounge. Thank you, Paige, for inviting me. When I saw the link, I was like, I gotta get it.
Oh yeah, man. We definitely.
Same thing with me. As soon as I saw the link, I figure I'd join in.
Yeah.
It is nice to be doing. It is nice to be doing this once again.
And also, I do on my channel. I do some wrestling talk as well. I do recaps of shows. I usually do them weekly during the winter time because during the week, sometimes if I have to shovel snow because I work at the mall, so making the mall look beautiful. But if
what do you usually do at the mall?
Just an exterior housekeeper and make sure that the mall looks nice and clean on the outside and all that. So like I said, so it's I work in morning hours. I don't work at night or anything like that. I don't feel comfortable working at night because lots of crazy people come out at night, and the last thing you need is something happen to you, and so everything else. So I work in the morning, 4 hours in the morning. Not bad at all. For Monday through Friday, and I had the weekends off, but I'm using my vacation hours. So, like I said, one of my weeks I'm taking off is this coming week before Easter, which is perfect timing. So I'm looking forward to it. So now I'm able to go back to, since it's spring weather and the winter season's over, thank God. living in New England is not fun. And David knows what I'm talking about sometimes.
We all need the warm weather.
Yeah, so we all, and so I
Yeah.
go back.
I
I
heard
do
it
like.
gets really cold up there in the north.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
It
especially
does
like
the
if you
same
have
here
a
in the
car.
South.
If you have like a car, because I know they salt the roads up there. If you have like
Yeah.
an old car, your car could get pretty much rusted if you don't take care of it. So always wash, wax, and polish.
And the buses have trouble traveling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got to get chains or an all-wheel drive.
Yeah. But the good news is that most of our cities are prepared. That's been a thing as of late, because by the time you get up in the morning, most of the roads are clear and you're able to go. I usually take. I don't live far from the highway. I just take that highway because the highways are a priority. I go straight on the highway. So that's a cool day. I do my wrestling talk. I do Raw recap. I do a Raw event center. I call it the event center. I do Raw recaps, pay-per-views. I do PTW weather, winter, wrestling forecasts. My picks and predictions for the pay-per-views. I go PTW is picks to win. Like who I'm going to pick to win, who I think I go for a pay-per-view. I have my own board out. I have my own my own board, marker board, dry erase marker board here. And what I do is I use this and I write down the matches and I write down who I pick to win. Figure that I have a lot of fun with that. So that's what I do. Hey, Danica.
I never heard you talk about wrestling. I mean, spoiler alert, I've been a wrestling fan for almost like 3 years, and it's cool that you're mentioning it because usually I don't like watching, I'm not one of these, I'm not one of these people that, go up and talk about wrestling when it's not my thing anymore because how it is now. But you do have something that I have in common, but
well, I've been a wrestling fan.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
All right, I've been a wrestling fan since 1991. I wasn't big into wrestling in the early 80s. My grandfather used to watch it, and I thought all the guys wore the war paint and they looked scary, like Kiss was scary and all that. I mean, I was a kid back then. Back then, my idea of fun was watching the Three Stooges back then. But then, then 1991 rolled around. I was hanging out with my grandparents in Lakeville for Thanksgiving, for the channel and Survivor Series 1991, Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker, and that's where for the match. So that's what hooked me on to wrestling. So I've been a wrestling fan since then, and I'm wearing a British Bulldog T-shirt. God rest his soul. He's going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. He was supposed to induct last year, but the pandemic did something. So the class of 2020 will be inducted along with the 21 class as well. So the British Bulldog, and I just got my other T-shirt in, and I'm considered by this tag team, the friend of the show, Ever Rise Rules. They're a couple of funny guys, and I tweeted this to them. They say, "Hey, you're official friend of the show." So I'll be wearing this shirt almost every Saturday, or every time they're on NXT or 205 Live. So that's my thing. That's what I do on my channel. I talk about all the fun stuff that I like, and I'm sure there's people out there that like the same thing I like. So yeah, I've always liked to bring fun.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I don't know about the baseball Hall of Fame situation with Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, he got in the Hall of Fame last year, but I don't remember them having the ceremony or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if they're having a ceremony. I really don't know about that either. I mean, everything is almost getting back to normal, but we still got a long way to.
I just wish it would come here faster. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Because there's a couple of times where nobody got inducted for because of writer voting and all. But I'm looking forward to this baseball season. Well, being here in Massachusetts, Red Sox, they got a pretty decent team. I don't know how far they're going to get. If they do make the playoffs, I don't know if they will, because Chris Sale is going to be a question mark when he comes back mid-season. That's another thing too. But
probably in next maybe May,
because he's recovering from Tommy John surgery. Tommy John surgery can knock you out for the season. So But the player that I'm looking forward to watching is the rookie Bobby Dalback. Guy can hit home. Him
Hey,
and
David, do you have these headphones?
What brand are there or whatever?
I don't remember. Does it have this on your microphone? Let me brighten this up a bit. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
Is it a switch button or something?
Does it? Can you see?
Not really.
Oh, because your headphones look similar to mine. Mine are the red ones.
Yeah, mine's a blue because that's Turtle Beach.
Okay, but I'm not much of a wrestling type of fan, but I would say my favorite wrestlers of all time are Daniel Bryan and Hulk Hogan.
Daniel Bryan, yep. Well, he will be in speaking of Daniel Bryan, he will be part of the triple threat match that will happen at WrestleMania. So they SmackDown, they announced it that it will be for the Universal title against Roman Reigns and the Royal Rumble winner Edge. So it'll be very interesting.
Speaking of that, all the people wrestling, well, poor people are pissed about Dan Bryan being in the WrestleMania match. People saying he begged and begged and all that. People are pissed. Jay Rance made a whole video. They were super pissed in this video about it. He said, "Oh, fuck Dan Bryan do that. He's a vegan and he shouldn't be in that match." Like, people are pissed about that. People are so pissed off. They made a hashtag fire Dan Bryan. I think it said fire Dan Bryan. Fuck Dan Bryan. People are so pissed off about that.
Yo, Jonathan.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, wait. You know what's so funny that you brought it up? My old friend who's been in wrestling named his YouTube channel is Jay Rance. He went at it when he talked about Daniel Bryan. He said,
Jay Rance.
No
that's the same you talking about Jay Rance. Jay Rance.
Yeah.
He made a whole video. He went off.
Yeah, so
he went on. I'm telling you, every time he talks, go at it, it's always funny. I don't know why, but the way he goes at it to people talking about which one he doesn't like, it's funny.
I gotta see that video.
I've always videos question. I don't know.
Yeah. So
So I'm gonna get off here for now. So thank you for having me on here, Paige.
No problem.
Great finally talking to you, Alex.
Yeah, finally talk to you, Eric.
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you
I
anyway.
hope you all have a great rest of the evening. And if you guys want to check out my awesome content, please check out my channel. That's Alex Paris, Paras, not Paris. I know I get the name all the time, Alex Paris Hilton. I got that. Yeah. I used to get that joke when I was in middle school.
You could have said that's hot. Okay.
If you spelled your name with an I, we could make that a rule. We could have made that a Wheel of Fortune puzzle for before and after.
One more question before you go, Alex.
What?
Any updates on the TV shows and live streams on your 25 channel?
Well, I do have the throwback storage, which will be talking about significant events that happened on a certain day, and also I'll be talking about a certain event that happened in my time. It can be about getting my driver's license for the first time. It could be about something funny that happened on. It could be on any other day. I'll be talking about some of the craziest, the most interesting, and the most serious stories that happened in my lifetime. I am doing the Sunday show, which is pretty similar to Chilling with Alex Paris on my Alex Paris channel. I'll be just talking about what's on my mind, some topics, show the local forecast, and maybe an interview or two. Hang on, David. And those are the two shows. I did have like highlights of the week planned, but I decided to scrap it. But other than that, the game shows are $1 Million Sharks, Bonzi's Jungle Challenge, Plinkle the Game Show, Spin for $1 Million. And that's pretty much all I have for the 25 right now. Go ahead, David.
Fine, because I can't wait to be a guest on the Sunday show.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to be a guest. Go ahead, David.
I was going to say, it could be better than Jordan with Jordy.
Well, it could be better than any other show, but there could be other shows that could be better than the Sunday show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, did you saw the trailer for the Thursday Night Wars? I was going to ask you that.
I did not, but I did hear what it's going to be. I believe it's going to be trash talking about other shows. I think.
I think no, it's going to be about Rant and Rave and the Hammy Outcast going live at the same time, Thursdays at 87 Central for 3 months. So
Okay.
so you can have Eric talked about this on his turn. You can have two devices or two tabs open and watch them at the same time.
Okay. Well, like I said earlier, that's going to be pretty interesting. I did hear about it. I don't know who's going to win, to be honest. I really don't.
Oh man, but
Yeah.
the one thing that happened the other day, I think really shifted the tide in an unfavorable way, but I will say this, check out Brandon Martin, because Brandon Martin is now guaranteed a star in the making.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna say this in short, he's got no one holding his back. He's got no one holding him back. He's got no one talking over him. It's gonna feel like the Brandon Martin show, something that people have been waiting for. I think for over a year or so. People have been waiting for this moment.
That should be his own spin-off show, the Brandon Martin show, like the Andrew Hawkins show, but different.
That's very exciting stuff.
I joke that Andrew Hawkins should call his show Andrew Hawking Naturally Stoned, because he looks stoned in that one picture that Charlie always uses. I joke about that. But,
or we could just call Andrew Hawking Andrew Hawk, like Tony Hawk.
And because Andrew Hawkins
Power Rangers. Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Hawking.
Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Hawking.
Can I please continue on? That's my impression of Andrew Hawking, buddy.
Charlie, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get off here. Thanks for having me on the lounge, and don't forget to check out the 25's YouTube page. Bye, everybody.
Yep. See you later.
Bye, Alex.
Bye.
See you, Alex. Have a good, wonderful night, sir.
And Eric, I saw your comment. And I've actually played WrestleMania for the PC, and it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to come out for the Switch so I can get it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah.
And then for the DLC, I'm getting Mr. Hughes. I'm gonna get him an NWA title shot and knock all this off. Anyways, lost my train of thought there for a second. Oh, dang it, I hate that when it happens. The Rent and Ray podcast, I'm honored to be part of that, and we'll see what happens this Thursday. I mean, this past Thursday, I still cannot get over that we interviewed the WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton, and that was
so cool.
Great. That was great, awesome. It was everything. It was serious to talk, and we actually watched and listened and paid attention to how the business was run back in the day. He told some very funny stories. He razzed on me about my room and everything else, thinking it was smoke filled. And called me cat and dude, but he was a really cool dude, and a lot of fun. His son was cool, very informative as well.
He didn't do this for nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do this. He didn't do this. And for Brandon to put him on, I got a Brandon Martin. I don't know how he gets the connections. I don't know how he gets it done.
Yeah.
If he keeps on doing this, man, he is going to be one. Like you said, a star in the making.
The episode right now has 191 views.
Yeah, we get Ricky Morton. Retromania, the PC. I should get it on the PC.
And 14 disc sites on
You should get it on the PC, Eric. Join me and Tom on this, and maybe I don't know if Retromania is triple threat compatible. We'll have a triple threat or something.
I'll wait for the Switch. There's no big. I think it could be cheaper on Switch.
Yeah,
but it'd be great.
The one thing I will tell you about Retromania, though, the one thing I will tell you about this, I don't know if Tom will agree with me on this. That game is a button masher.
Yeah.
You could button masher. I will start.
We have some news here coming up on Thursday, April 22nd. Brian will be having a guest.
Speaking of which, let me check the Twitter account of RetroSoft Studios is the one that made the game. I'm going to try to find out what the heck is going on. I wouldn't be because
Brandon,
I wouldn't. Go ahead.
on April 22nd, Brandon will be having a guest on Rating Rave, former WWE superstar and also competed in American Ninja Warrior Zach Golden, joined for the 80th edition of Rating Rave.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of Zach Golden, but
It's
that's
First of all, it's Gowan.
Gowan. Okay.
First of all, it's Gowan.
But that's going to be on the 8th episode, just to have some breaking news. But continue, Eric. What were you saying, Eric?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to find the retro stuff. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to find to see if there's any update on because right now, Xbox is, I know it's available on Xbox One and PC. Trying to find out. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I know it's comes. I would not be surprised if Retromania Wrestling comes out WrestleMania weekend because that would be appropriate. You know, probably that's what the plan could be. I'm trying to go into the site Retromania Wrestling to check up on the. Let's see, news console update March. Okay, okay. What's let's see. Yeah, just because they're experiencing a slight delay. No further update. Okay, this is past Thursday. That's our last. No further update compared to yesterday in regards to the Switch, PlayStation 4, or iArcade. So, yeah, yeah. So I'm waiting patiently for the Switch version. So it should be all right. Let's see. Thomas Willis and I have been friends since I was a few years. For a few years, he's the one that helped mod my Xbox, my original Xbox for the CoinOps arcade.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So he did that. So I'm thinking him react to your content. As for
Strictly wrestling games. Well, I think day TK22 gonna come out.
what
WWE 2K22.
WDT? I don't know.
Y'all think it's gonna come out? Or just y'all don't care about the news.
I've
There's a
I've given up. I've kind of given up with 2K.
I would go on a small rant about 2K and THQ, but I'm just gonna stay quiet. I want y'all to talk. I'm gonna be quiet.
Why don't you just make a video on that?
Nah, I'm not really a wrestling video gamer like that.
2015. Thank you, Tom. Yeah.
So that was.
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years, Tom. 6 years, and we've been friends for a long.
How did you guys meet?
Well, my YouTube channel. He was watching some of my content, and we found out we live in the same city at the time. So we met one time, and we met one time through that, and boom. And so he modded my system. He asked me what games I want on it. The only thing closest to what I remember all the games I wasn't able to play back in the day when I was a kid. All the Capcom games that didn't come out on the console systems, like for the PlayStation 2's Capcom Classics Collection. Didn't get Alien vs. Predator, got that from him. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, got that from him. And let's see what Battle Circuit before it came out for the Switch, got that as well. And the only game that I wanted to play that he couldn't do for me was Red Earth, and it's like the CP3 system is like a little tougher to mod up on a regular system. So I ended up getting a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4 to play Red Earth. or Warzord. So, yeah, Capcom makes some of the most beautiful games back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why did I have to open up my big mouth about Tom? Now everyone wants Tom to buy their systems. Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Poor Tom. Oh.
Yeah. Poor Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I can mod PS2, but it wouldn't be worth it. No, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, Tom and I became good friends, and then the friendship expanded to this over here, which is really really cool. Got to
Yeah, that is cool.
I'm friends with Hangman Charlie and with you guys, and the Discord. Well, I started a Discord app. I don't want to mention the person's name that friended me first, but you probably know where I'm going with. You probably know him. Rodney Flippin was the one that introduced me to the Discord. Discord. Yeah, that he was the one that introduced me because I was getting trolled on because of another friend of mine that I'm friends with because of our love for game shows. But I gave my friend a shout out, and then I was getting harassed for it on YouTube, and it couldn't stop. So Rodney was one of the people that introduced me to Discord app, the YouTube games, entertainment, and then I made more friends, and I expanded up until now. And I've been like I said, there was a lot of drama going on. I'm not going to get into any detail. That's why I decided to scale back on the appearances, so to speak, because most of the drama did not involve me, anyways. So I'm like, well, I might as well stay back, steer clear, and not bring anything up. If it doesn't involve me, don't want to talk about it, don't want to discuss it. So I figured be patient and everything else. So that's yeah. So.
I understand. Oh, I understand that. You know, sometimes it's very easy to feel kind of out of place.
Yeah, Jonathan, don't worry about it. You're cool with us. I know. Yeah. Do I watch other shows too? So that's how I got my friendships, expanded game shows and whatnot, and everything else in between. Dragon Ball Z. I like the Dragon Ball Fighterz game for the Switch. That is one cool game.
Yeah.
I've watched it on Up Up Down Down. I will do that on the new community rules. I can.
Oh yeah, we are gonna be talking about new community rules, resetting the standard. And by the way, any of you guys, and I think most people here are in my server, but if you're not in my wonderful Discord server, feel free to join. As I think
I've joined up already. I think I've joined
you did join up, Eric. If anyone else wants to join, the door is open.
Yep. So what's it? Dragon. Dragon Ball Fighterz. I like that game because I watched it.
I played the game before, but I just lost interest. Sure, the game is good, but I lost interest in that game. It's a good game though. I just lost interest.
Yeah, the thing, the cool part about it is I'm watching Up Up Down Down. I think Samoa Joe and someone else was playing it, and when they was like fast fighting, I'm like, yeah, I'll get the game. So I got the game. But the only dumb thing I failed to do is get Android 21. And I thought she's a fast one. So I've always liked the lady. When it comes to video games, I've always liked the lady fighters because they're fast and they hit hard. And I find this when I play Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, I usually choose Hannah Dundee because she fights and she hits fast. You know, sometimes the power guys are slow. You got the well-rounded fighters, but when it comes to the ladies, they hit hard and they hit fast, and they can do number combos. Same thing as so I use when it comes to side-scrolling beat 'em ups, I try to use the ladies in most of them. The lady fighters like Final Fight 2, I try Maki. I usually use Hager.
Mm-hmm.
Hager, Final Fight, the Final Fight trilogy, Hager. I like Hager because he's got I love the pile drivers. Like grabbing the boss, grab the boss and just drive him to the ground. Like it makes me feel good. So, yeah. So, it also depends how you use the lady. Liu Kang's not a lady, Tom. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? boy, oh boy,
man.
you insulting Liu Kang, who's like who's like closest thing to Bruce Lee you can get.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my goodness. Anyways,
God.
yeah, my favorite fighting game of all time, and this is very, very interesting because everybody prefers Street Fighter. Everybody preferred Street Fighters or Tekken, and all that. But it's the Darkstalkers trilogy because the Darkstalkers trilogy was one of the most unique fighting games ever. So let's say in the Capcom world, Street Fighter is like the Bret Hart, and Darkstalkers is like the Owen Hart. Always in the shadow of Darkstalkers, always in the shadow of Street Fighter, but it was the most unique fighting game. I play Night Warriors is my second of all the favor. So I play as Bishop and the Samurai. I like samurai. Samurais are cool. They get the coolest helmets ever.
Oh yeah.
So I play as him. Sometimes I play as Donovan, who's got the coolest sword ever. I play as Felicia because she's always fast, and like I said, so in my personal opinion, Capcom makes some of the best games ever back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, and especially in 2D. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, another second my second favorite. I've always liked the crossover fighters. They're the best and everything else. So that's what I'm thinking of the whole thing. So yeah. So
Man, yeah, you're thinking, and I'm thinking. I think that we're done for today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have reached our point, and we've reached our point in this episode. But yeah, thank you for everybody for watching, and we'll be back next week right here at the one and only 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central, and all that other fun stuff. But until then, we'll see you next time. Be sure to check out each and one of these guys wherever they are on their YouTube channels, on their Twitch, wherever, etc. You know where to find them. Go luck and wish them the best. But until then, we wish you the best, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Ted Lang.